What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we got the Traxxas TRX4 Sport, and we're going to be putting a hobby wing setup in it. So I'm going to show y'all how to do it and all the steps you got to take to get it done. And our original setup, we actually burned up. As you can see in this clip, we were running it through a lot of water and going underwater. And then we made it through this super, underwater path right here, and then we come out and go around, and then as we're in this spot right here in the ditch, it just stops. I get a little bit of reverse, and then I notice some smoke, and then as you can see, I'll start pulling everything off and getting it ready to unplug, and the ESC was just pouring out smoke. So I went to the shop, and if you turn the motor, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's making some kind of noise. There it is. There was the big one. Hear it? Hear that click? And we think that something was going on with the motor, so it made the ESC struggle a lot and then made it start smoking and catch on fire like you've seen in that video. We went to the hobby shop and we got this hobby wing brush system combo. So we got a hobby wing 540 brush motor, and then we also got the hobby wing 1080 brushed electronic speed controller. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to install the hobby wing motor and speed controller in your Traxxas TRX4 Sport. So let's not waste more time. Let's get straight into this video. Alright, y'all, so I guess we're going to start off with the motor first. So we're going to get this thing opened out the box. Okay, so it slides out. Oh, look, there's that motor. Pretty cool looking motor. I haven't been into crawling too much, so I don't know too much about the crawling, but this is a nice looking motor. It's crazy how it's waterproof and all this stuff can be shown. Makes no sense, but it is waterproof. Alright, y'all, so once you got your motor out, your old motor is going to have this little plastic thing on there. You're going to have to take that off and mount that onto the new motor. So all you need is a 2.5 millimeter tool. Take these screws out real quick. Alright, and put them screws somewhere you can't lose it. I wasn't thinking at first, but we're going to have to get the pinion gear off too. And all you need for that one is a 1.5 millimeter. Put it on the little grub screw. Loosen it up a little bit. Oh, got to loosen it up a little more than that. And then the pinion gear slides right off. And then now that allows your motor mount to come right off. So you're going to want to take your new motor and line up the holes. I'm going to go with the holes that they were in before. And then you take your original motor mount screw and screw that back down. Make sure you get the right screwdriver though. 2.5. So you can get this side started. Get that started a little bit. Then get it lined up with the other hole that you're going to use. So once you get that started, you can go ahead and tighten them down. You don't have to be crazy tight, but you want to make sure they're a little snug. This is going to be holding where all your torque and power comes from. Then you see this little flat spot on your pinion gear. That you're going to want to take off and make sure you put where the little grub screw is down on that flat spot. Alright, y'all, so once you get your pinion gear on the flat spot, if you have some Loctite, you definitely want to put some Loctite on it. I don't know where mine is at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about it. But if you have some, definitely a good idea to put it on there. So once you got your pinion gear on there and your little motor mount on there, then you bring it right here, and then it just slides right back in place. You got to make sure it's lined up right. If it ain't going in, something's not right, so just work it until it gets lined up to fit. Boom, so there it is. So now you need to get your little cover for your motor, and you can go ahead and put that back on and make sure that all fits right, which it should, and it does. And then you can go ahead and tighten that back down, because you shouldn't need to do nothing else up in there. Now if you were changing your pinion gear while you were doing this, you would need to set your mesh and stuff. But I actually think that's what them holes are for. I don't know yet. I'm kind of new to crawlers, but I know how to set this up for sure. So you want to put it back in, tighten up all your bolts, your little motor cover. Alright, y'all, and now for the fun part, the ESC. So just so you guys know, This ESC actually comes with an XT60 on it, but when I was at the hobby shop, I got him to add a IC5 on there for me. Next, you're going to need something to kind of stick your ESC down with. This is just a little GoPro sticky mount that I have, so that's what I'm going to use. They work really good. So we're just going to put one side down, stick it to the bottom of the ESC, and then you got to figure out where you're going to run your wires. So that we'll just leave to the side for now. The way Traxxas has it is they have this wire ran under the battery tray, which we could do. Alright guys, so now you see how we got all the plugs out through there and into the box now? You will make sure you want to do that because that's what's going to keep everything waterproof. So you need the one with the 3 wires on it, and that's going to go plug into your throttle. Make sure you put the little holes facing the way that the words are. Alright, so we got that in there. So these, we have a battery spot left on ours, but we're not going to use these. I don't even know what they're for, so we're just going to tuck that in there. And then next, you want to go to your ESC. You can make sure that's where everything's where you want it, because once you stick it, that little thing is over with. You can't stick it no more. So that can be there. We have enough room for the batteries. And then, alright y'all, so the next step is to take your little motor wires and plug those up. Make sure you put the right colors to the right color, of course. Yellow to yellow. And blue to blue. Alright, so once you got them wires hooked up to your motor and you know everything's good, as long as you think, you know, your wire right here from your ESC is good, you can go ahead and stick your ESC. And I think we're good right there. So we're going to go ahead and take the other side off of this little sticky tab. And then make sure this is out the way. We'll go ahead and put our ESC right here. And then you got your wire left for your battery. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and test it. So we got a battery in here. Go ahead and plug it in. Turn it on. So we got steering and we got going forward, but it's reverse, but we can go into the controller and fix that. So on the Spectrum DX5, you're going to go into the settings and hit reverse. Then you'll see throttle. It'll say normal, and then change it. Well, alright y'all, as you can see, we got it. That's all you got to do to change your system and put the Hobby Wing setup, and it's pretty much the same with any other setup. You just got to put it into the receiver, get your ESC stuck, and then get your motor in. If you guys have any questions about this, make sure to let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.